Hey Taurus, this is Perrymore Tarot's weekend reading from October 6th through the 8th, 2023. This is for Taurus / shuffle for Taurus. Let's see what's going on. Well, we have a consciousness of lack and we have letting go. So it's very important that you stop thinking about the things that you may feel that you lack. Like, oh, I spent so much time doing that. I didn't spend time doing this. That's okay, right? They're wanting you to let go of that because what it is, it's like it's closing down, blocking blessings for you. A lot of times when you're in this lack mentality, you block blessings because you're so focused on what you don't have that you don't see what you do, and you're not able to like look at everything. I may not have these things, but I have these ingredients. What can I make with these ingredients? It causes one to miss opportunities. Yeah, very much so. You may feel like you are not independent. You lack independence. Some of you may be letting go of a job or in this place of saying, I'm not working on this anymore. You may feel like you're not independent. You may lack that's not a familiar feeling for you. You may feel like you depend on others, but that's not necessarily the case. I tell you what, this is really telling me that it's important that you leave behind. You got to leave something behind, right? Some kind of, there's something about the way that you think that's affecting your actions. It's affecting the way that you move. It's affecting how you are doing things, and it's affecting you working on something within yourself. You may feel like you can't be generous. You can't plan for the future. You don't have a long vision or long-term goals. You may feel this way. This is your thoughts. What are my long-term goals? I don't know. And you may look back. This is like, you may feel like you haven't had long-term goals in a while. You have a consciousness of lack with 9 of Pentacles, 6 of Cups, 7 of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. You may feel, a lot of you may feel like you don't have enough money. A lot of you may feel like you're not able to make the changes that you feel are necessary, and you may not have you may not be familiar with whatever it is. Like, you feel like I haven't had those types of resources or ever been able to make these changes in the first place. I don't feel independent. Some of you, that may be something that you're looking at. Like, you may feel like you need another person's opinion, or you need to have some kind of measuring stick in order to know what, you know what I mean? But almost everyone does. I mean, almost everyone does this, man. When you're, you hit your 30s and you look at all the other 30-year-olds and you're just like, well, I don't have a car. I don't have a this, or I don't have a that. And you've got other 30-year-olds doing the same thing, and looking at other people and trying to match up with something like, well, at least everybody at this point can do this or that, and I can't do that. And that's not necessarily the case. Everyone's not meant to be the same, and everyone's not meant to be at a certain level. There's some people that don't get it together, don't get a degree until they're 70, man. So, that's not... you may feel like you just can't make certain changes, that you really want to be independent in a certain way. You also want to be a nurturing, and you want to provide something for other people. You may feel like you lack the ability to provide something. Letting go of the 2 of Cups and 8 of Pentacles, it's important to stop feeling like you need to work on your connections with other people. It's like, it is what it is what this is telling you. Like, let go of that, right? Especially of situations that it's like codependent, right? You may, and codependency is not necessarily in and of itself like the worst thing in the world. I think a lot of times there's a toxic twist to every single word that is used, but it mostly looks like some of you may feel like you are still dependent on your parents, some of you. And so that's something like, I've always been dependent. I don't know what that feels like to be independent. I mean, that happens to a lot of us. I know from my background, I grew up with Indian Trinidadian relatives, and sometimes your adult children live with you up until they're 30, and they're able to branch off and live on their own from that point on. I know I witnessed that, where none of them had to come back and live with mom and dad, but they were able to establish themselves. They got time to build. experience and reputation within the community and become productive, right? But letting go of trying to build some sort of relationship or work on something. You need to some things need to be let go of, especially if there are relationships that's always work. It's time to let go of it. Intuition and manifestation, we have 8 of Cups and 6 of Wands. And this tells me that it's time for you to imagine yourself. I cannot make this up. Listen, Taurus. I know how this sounds, but it's time for you to daydream. It's time for you, as you're spending this time, instead of thinking about what you don't have and how you're not there, think about where you want to be. This energy, 8 of Cups and 6 of Wands, intuition and manifestation, whatever it is that you feel it doesn't serve me to think this way. It doesn't serve me to feel like I'm not there yet, or I'm not blah, blah, blah. I'm not able to make these changes. It doesn't matter. Everything starts in the mind. Everything. That's what you visualize. Get a vision board together. Honestly, because the Queen of Pentacles will often speak of that as well. Vision board. Something that you can see, visually touch or something. But also not even that. Visualizing your mind. Daydream before you sleep this weekend. Before you even take a nap. If you're closing your eyes for any freaking reason. That's the time to say, all right, what would make me feel as though I'm winning in life? I want to envision that. What does winning in life look like to me? They're telling you it will manifest. Why? Because it starts in the mind. What you're manifesting may be a lifelong energy of I don't have and I won't be independent. And it's not meant for you though. Taurus especially. Tauruses are not meant in this lifetime to be despondent, or not despondent. What's the word? Destitute and broke. Not at all. Not Taurus is not meant for that. They're speaking a lot about this, man. Visualize where you want to be. Let it fly. Let it flow. A creative endeavor is 5 of Cups and Knight of Wands. They want you to celebrate yourself. They want you to keep pushing. This is like, no matter what it is, you may feel, and it's usually something that you feel like not defeated in, but like disappointed in. Like I failed in that. They want you to, especially if you felt passionate about it. A lot of people in this energy here, it would be something like maybe you were an artist, maybe you sang. And I can't describe. Most Tauruses have beautiful voices. They rule the throat. So a lot of Taurus's throats are built a certain way, or you're born with like a closed throat. It's like you always have, whenever you get sick, you always have issues with your respiratory, or your throat's always hurting or something. It's like you always have symptoms, and it's always like surrounding the throat or something here. They're talking about, if you say you were a singer and you're like, I'm not that good of a singer and I'm disappointed because I didn't win this contest, or I didn't win this, or I didn't get that. They're saying that's where you need to go back to, especially if you're disappointed in it and you felt like you failed. That there's something creative that you do. You have a talent, a gift. Maybe your voice sounds amazing. Maybe, because I say that with the Knight of Wands, right? Maybe it's like the way that you do things. Maybe you're a dancer. They want you to go back into something about that, right? They want you to celebrate it. Use it as something to be happy about in the future. They're talking about envisioning you doing something. And a lot of it may have to do with something very creative that you do. You have a gift or a talent in something, and it's your passion. Or maybe your gift is passion in general. Whenever you do something, you put everything into it. I'm just going to throw that out there. This weekend, it's time to contemplate that. It's time to visualize. They want you to literally draw up, like they want you to visualize it. And starts in the mind to manifest what you want to see for your future. All right, you could be dealing with a Capricorn, Virgo, or another Taurus, Aries, Leo, or Sag. So you could be an Aries, Aries, Taurus cusp. We have Leo, Virgo cusp, or Sagittarius, Capricorn cusp. And if you're not dealing with those signs, of course, they're in your chart because Taurus is here. So if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, my links are on my page. Peace, love, and light. Take care.